So the following homework question, we're given the density of an unknown metal is 65.68 pounds per gallon. What is the density unknown metal in units of grams per milliliter? So we need to convert somehow pounds per gallon into grams per milliliter. And so to do that, I would take a look at the units, right? We've got pounds per gallon. And somehow we want to end up with grams per milliliter. And we can do that if we take a look at the information that is given to us, right? We're given the following information. 1 gallon is that many liters and 1 pound is that many grams. And if we take a look at it, we can use those as conversion factors to basically say, well, I can use this ratio between pounds and grams, right, to convert pounds per gallon into grams per gallon. And then I can use the following ratio between gallons and liters, and then eventually liters to milliliters to get to my final answer. So that would take me to grams per liters, and then we could do a unit conversion between liters and milliliters to get to grams per milliliter, our final answer. So a lot of dimensional analysis is simply just analyzing the units we're given and trying to come up with a roadmap of how we can connect the units that we have. And so we can see basically I need 1, 2, 3 steps to solve this problem. So I'm going to start with 65.68 pounds per gallon. And we know, right, for every 1 pound, we want pounds to cancel out. So I want them down here so they cancel out. For every 1 pound, we're going to have 453.592 grams. So that's our first step. Pounds cancel out when we multiply across. And 65.68 times 453.592, right? Get a pretty large number. I get something like 2.979 times 10 to the 4. Take a look at our units. What units are left? Grams per gallon. Now we want to get rid of gallons. And to do that, we're going to use the next unit conversion that's given. Right? They tell us how many gallons are in 1 liter. And you could have done that step first. We could have converted gallons to liters first. It doesn't matter. We'd get the same answer. So I've got 2.979 times 10 to the 4 grams per gallon. And they tell us for every 1 gallon, and now we want gallons up here because we want that to cancel out. We want them across from each other. For every 1 gallon, we've got 3.785 liters. So now gallons will cancel out. We're going to divide by 3.785. And I get 7.871 times 10 to the 3 liters. Now they want this information in grams per milliliter. So we've got one more step to do because right now we've got this information in grams per liter. I dropped a unit there on accident. All right, so the last step is simply just a unit conversion within the metric system. All right, I've got 7.871 times 10 to the 3 grams per liter. We know in every 1 liter there are 1,000 milliliters. So we're going to divide by 1,000. Liters will cancel out and we'll be left with grams per milliliter. So if I divide that by 1,000, I'm basically turning this into something like 7.871 grams per milliliter as my density for this. I would say for significant figures, 4 significant figures, because I have 4 significant figures up here in my initial number. I've got 4 significant figures here. These are actually, I would consider these exact values because we define 1 gallon as exactly that many liters, 1 pound is exactly that many grams. So by an exact number, even though it says 1 pound, you might read that as 1 significant figure. Because it's exactly 1 pound, it's kind of like saying 1.0000 on and on and on pounds. So we're not concerned about the significant figures there. You might have a similar question. The answer is probably going to be a little bit different, but the steps would be the same because this is a variable, so your initial density might be a little bit different. That being said, the steps to solve this problem would be the same. We want to do that unit analysis to say, okay, I've got pounds per gallon. I'm looking for grams per milliliter. Well, I can connect pounds to grams using this information here. And then once I'm in pounds to grams, I can then convert gallons to liters using this information here, and then simply liters to milliliters using the metric system.